here. There you go. The loving is gone. How you doing? A little late morning show for you today, guys. Got the Christmas mug out. Got the Born of Osiris heading over to Europe, the Czech Republic. If you're in Europe, check out Born of Osiris. They're over there for the whole month of May. Oh, a little rally bell for the boys. A little too early for that rally bell. But it's late. It's like 9 o'clock almost. 9 o'clock. The stock market's crashing. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Hold on to this stuff. I told you this day was coming. We got our negative GDP. Finally. I didn't know when they were going to announce it, but I knew it was coming. Oh. There you go, my friends. Let's bring the music down here. Let's bring the music down. Music down. Down. Let me put a thumbnail out there for this. Gotta put a thumbnail. How you doing? It's hump day. Oh. Not a good day. Stock market's crashing. We'll talk about that. Oh, what else? Oh, there you go. Let's save this out there. There you go. We got a thumbnail with Lori Lightfoot on it. There you go. So, I was going to talk first about Chicago, but let's talk about the negative GDP that seems to caught everyone by surprise. If you go back about a month ago, I've been telling you guys that it was all over YouTube that the first quarter GDP was gonna be. Good morning, Garrett. Fist bump, my friend. How was your day golfing yesterday? I heard you were golfing. Good time in the house too. How are things on the right coast? Good time. Have you found that serial killer yet, my friend? How's that serial killer? He hates all that red 40 and yellow number 5 food dye. That's why he's a serial killer. There you go. I wish I could kill some boxes of cereal here. Garrett was working, on the golf course. On the golf course, you were working hard. Oh. Whatever. All right, so we were talking about, before Garrett hopped in with good time, we were talking about negative GDP. Let me check into the market here. I had a hard time getting up this morning. So let's see what the market was down 400 points the last I looked. It was not a good day. I sold some Palo Alto networks yesterday. It's a good day to do that. Wish I would have sold some other stuff, but I am not in the position to sell too much. It's down 700 points right now, guys. So the Dow 30 down 734 points and change. Mr. T was already on TV saying everything is okay. Yeah, I just looked up. Yeah, just like that, it's down. And we're going like this. This is our feeling this morning. It'll be better tomorrow. Oh, we've been hit. All right. So, yeah. So, any of you guys that been watching the channel know, I mean, probably about a month now, I was saying that it was going to be negative GDP and it was not going to be good. Well, the day's here. The day is here. And, yeah, I don't know what's happening with this quarter that we're in right now, but if, it's really a moot point because to be honest with you guys, we've been in a recession. So the reason why the negative GDP is important, if you get 2 quarters of negative GDP, you're officially in a recession. So I say we're in a moot point because I really, really believe the whole last year of Joey Bergen's administration while he was working at Walmart and not telling anybody. I believe this guy was working at Walmart the last year and just not telling us. They said he got up late in the morning. I think he did a shift every day at the local Walmart in Washington D.C. and doing one right now somewhere. There you go. But so I think we've been in a recession for the last year and a half, and Mr. T knows it, and he's trying to pull us out of this. So, oh, there you go. There you go. So, hold on. I mean, just be prepared. I keep telling people you need to be prepared. If you're making any purchases, do it now. If you got some stuff you just gotta have, buy it now before prices go up. If there's stuff that you really can do without and you don't need to buy, do that too. Just not buy stuff that's a luxury item. If it's a luxury item, you really don't need it, don't buy it. Save this. Get your dry powder ready, my friends. So let's see what the rest of the day brings. But it's crazy. Stock market's crazy. It's crazy. It was starting to come back, and now it's taking another hit on the chin. So the other topic I was planning on covering today relates to this lady a little bit. She was part of it. Kind of, not really. Chicago's going to be bankrupt in like 4 to 5 years. And they yesterday they brought out a report again. We've got this, God, it's probably been 15 to 20 years. Chicago had this idea they were going to build a new subway to O'Hare from downtown on State Street. Yeah, some land in Chicago. Be careful buying land in Chicago. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, stock tits from the Pelosi lady. Yeah, she knows. She knows it all. Yeah, she knows it all. So anyway, probably 15, 20 years ago, Chicago spent $400 million. $400 million. Building the subway station like 50 feet below ground in the loop. Never to be used. They spent $400 million and never used this place. And Elon Musk, at one point, Rahm Emanuel was our mayor of Chicago. You guys remember Rahm Emanuel, the chief for Barack Obama, whatever they call them, White House chief. Yeah, that guy. He brought in Elon Musk, and Elon Musk was going to bore us some tunnels with his boring company, and it never materialized for whatever reason. So this subway station, once again, that cost $400 million, taxpayer dollars, big one, 4 big ones. The station's never been used. So they did a report yesterday or a couple of days ago about this great place in the ground that no one's using, but we paid through the nose for. So let's dip into this. This is just one reason why Chicago's going to go broke.
For a major multi-million-dollar project aimed to provide high-speed public transport from Chicago's Loop all the way to O'Hare or Midway airports.
This rivals the high-speed train of California, only didn't cost as much. Luckily, they didn't go ahead with this because they probably would have wasted more money, but $400 million was just a little taste.
Our NBC5 investigative team's been following this saga for years now, and tonight, our Bennett Haberly gives us a very expensive update.
A typical day in Chicago's Loop. But these folks on State Street likely don't know they're walking on top of a vast underground government structure, the size of a football field. NBC5 Investigates first told you about it 10 years ago.
Far below the atrium offices in shopping mall, below the pedway underneath, beneath even the subways below. A sleek new superstation designed to whisk people on high-speed trains to Chicago's airports. But this is what it looks like today. A gigantic, unfinished, abandoned money pit. You feel like you're in a cave that has been abandoned for...
The Bat Cave.
David Greissy is president of the Better Government Association. As a journalist, he toured the structure, dubbed through the years as the Bat Cave, the Money Pit, or as NBC5 Investigates has described it, the superstation to nowhere. The idea was sparked 20 years ago when the city approved construction of this building on a prime loop lot which had remained vacant for decades. Why not build a giant station underneath? NBC5 Investigates found that taxpayers paid more than $400 million for the construction costs, plus interest on the bonds issued to build it. And that was just for the station. The city said it would cost another $1.5 billion more to actually build the tracks and trains to the airports. So by 2010, the city mothballed the project until 2018.
We, as journalists, get summoned to a press conference in the mega station that is in mothballs,
where they found two familiar faces.
We're super excited to do what I think is going to be groundbreaking.
2018, guys, just a couple of years ago.
A literal hole in the ground, and Elon Musk responded. Musk had created the Boring Company, which uses this machine to drill underground to construct mega infrastructure projects in a matter of weeks instead of years.
There's the potential here for a revolutionary transport system.
It certainly looked revolutionary. From the renovated superstation, people board glass pods that are lowered onto sleds that slide through the underground tubes at 150 miles per hour, reaching the airport in just about 12 minutes.
Getting from the city to O'Hare is a race against time, and we're going to give commuters a leg up in that race.
Musk promised he'd build it all in 3 to 4 years. He also vowed he wouldn't spend a single cent of public money.
it had the feel of a pipe dream.
In fact, listen to the press corps and watch Mayor Emanuel's face when Musk talks about the costs.
I don't really have much trouble raising money. Historically.
As it turned out, Mayor Emanuel's successors had no interest in the project, and Musk himself quickly moved on to other things, like buying Twitter and advising President Trump. While here in Chicago, the padlocks and mothballs are back in place, with no future in sight. We may still owe money on this superstation. The city used federal grants to pay off the loans taken out to build it. But the U.S. government specified that the building must eventually be used for transportation. And if it isn't, the government reserves the right to claw that money back. To date, however, no one has come asking for a payback. Bennett Haberly, NBC5 Investigates.
So there you go. There's just one reason why Chicago's going to be broke in a matter of 5 to 6 years. The other reason why Chicago's going to be broke, as I said many times, we hear nothing about the migrants anymore in Chicago. Nothing. Zero. There are zero reports on the migrants right now. But you know what we are hearing in the media? How Chicago has a budget problem. How their projections for next year and the next year are $1 billion deficits, $1 billion deficit, anywhere from 1.0 to 1.9 billion dollars per year. They're going to be in deficit. Yeah, he's going to have to raise taxes. He's going to have to lay off thousands of people. The police department is already down 2,000 policemen. 2,000 policemen, they're down. They can't hire policemen fast enough, and really nobody wants the job because they're handcuffed. The previous mayors have passed so many rules and regulations and laws that it's hard for the police to do their job. It really is. They're just basically child care type of people. They can't do it. They can't do anything. They can't shoot their guns. They can't go and do a high-speed chase in a car. They can't do any of that stuff. So what's the point, right? What's the point? The other reason Chicago's broke, they've already sold off, probably 25 years ago, they sold off their parking meters. They sold their parking meters to Saudi Arabia 20-some years ago. They've sold off the Chicago Skyway, a big bridge to Indiana. That's the Chicago Skyway. They sold that off. And there was also talks about selling Midway Airport and possibly O'Hare at one point, but that's kind of dried up since they've been exposed that they sold these public infrastructure pieces and blew the money, yet the people that bought the parking rights are making money hand over fist. Big time. The people that bought the parking meters were supposed to start making money in like year 17. They did it in 7 years. Let me say that again. The people that bought the parking meters were supposed to break even at 17 years in, and they did it in 7. In half the time they expected, at least. So there you go. Chicago is all about blowing money and letting someone else eat off their plate. Chicago at this time is also all about borrowing money, right? If you don't have money, you gotta borrow it. But the bad news there is their bond rating. Chicago's bond rating is junk status, right? Trash can junk status, which doesn't inhibit your ability to get money. It just means you pay more for it. So there's tons of people on Wall Street willing to loan Chicago the money because the fees involved were going to make them rich. There you go. Wall Street loves Chicago and Brandon because they want money. Wall Street has money. They're willing to provide it at a big cost. There you go. So this is why the Chicago Bears need to move to Arlington Heights. It's starting to become, the last couple of weeks, it's becoming clearer and clear that the Chicago Bears are finally going to leave the city of Chicago. But in a way, the Chicago Bears are being held hostage. I saw a news report just a couple of days ago where some of the House reps and state senators for the state of Illinois, specifically out of the city of Chicago, are basically saying if the Bears want to move out of the city of Chicago, that's fine, but don't expect the Congress people and the House reps and the state senators to make their life easy for them. Okay, that's basically what they said. They said the Bears can do what they want, but we can vote the way we want, and we're not going to make it easy for the Bears to leave the city of Chicago. So the gauntlet has been cast. The gauntlet has been cast on the Bears. That's why the Bears are dragging their feet. And we've talked about this before. The Chicago Bears, I don't think the Chicago Bears have the financial backing that they think they have. When push comes to shove, I don't think the Bears have the big bankroll that they need to build this thing. Because right now, the state and cities are not throwing any money in. They are not throwing any money the way of the Bears. They're basically saying, hey, you want to build your stadium in Arlington Heights here? Come on, we'll let you. But we're not going to give you money to do that. You got to pay for it yourself, which that's never been done in the state of Illinois. The state of Illinois for years and decades has provided money, good money after bad money for sports teams to build stadiums. The White Sox, Chicago White Sox, that stadium is owned by the state of Illinois. And I don't think they've like rehabbed it 3 or 4 times, and we still owe money on it. Soldier Field, the state of Illinois or the city of Chicago paid to have those renovations done. The taxpayers own that facility, and they still owe as much money as when they did their renovation. $600 million they still owe on Soldiers Field, and the Bears are talking about leaving in 2030. So it's crazy, guys. It's crazy how screwed up the city of Chicago is financially, and it's been this way for a while. To me, I am amazed they haven't gone bankrupt already. We haven't even talked about the pensions, the police, the fire, the city workers of Chicago. Their pension programs are funded at like 20 to 25%. Let me say that again. All 3 labor unions, their pensions are only funded by 20 to 25%. Throw the teachers in there too. That's 4 unions. I think we got 4 unions. And none of them is above 25% funded, where a normal, properly funded pension should be at 80 to 90% funded. Chicago just had a big hole in their budget a couple of weeks ago, and they were supposed to make how much? It was like $400 million to the teachers union pension program this year, and I think they might have pulled it. They went back and forth before the teachers' contract was signed, and there was some argument on whether or not the city or the school board was going to make that payment this year. And I think it got thrown to the side. Because they didn't have any money. So Chicago's hurting. Chicago is hurting. And let's just put it this way. They are in need of tourism. They do the NASCAR thing. They do Lollapalooza. Those are the big money makers now. And I think they have I don't know if they're not doing an F1 thing yet, but I think that one's potentially coming. But they've sold their soul to NASCAR and Lollapalooza, and they are in dire need of that tourism. But you know what? As all the news of this stuff happens, sometimes the tourists don't come. They don't come. They don't want to be mixed up in the lead exchanges, I'm telling you. So there you go. There is the unfiltered reality of Chicago. That is the unfiltered reality of Chicago. Sad story in the making. So look for them to go belly up in the next 4 to 5 years. They will go under in the next 4 or 5 years, and maybe it'll be exasperated because Mr. T's already already slowed the flow of federal money to the city of Chicago. That's why you heard, and the state of Illinois, that's why you heard J.B. Pritzker screaming the other day. He was doing a news conference in New Hampshire. Let me see if I can find that. He was calling for protest, active protesting in the street. And so what they're not telling you is the reason why J.B. Pritzker is in such an uproar is because the money flow has been drastically let's see here.
Governor J.B. Pritzker is in New Hampshire, where he spoke at a major Democratic fundraiser tonight. The annual event gets a lot of attention because New Hampshire holds the nation's first presidential primary. Pritzker may be a 2028 presidential contender, though he has not announced his plans yet. In his speech tonight, he criticized President Trump's early actions in office, and Pritzker also rebuked some Democratic leaders for failing to push back strongly enough.
There you go. They didn't have his remarks on that one, but yeah, the reason he's pushing back is because Illinois is broke. Illinois is broke. That's why he wants uproar. They want Kenosha 2020 to happen all over again. Do you remember the jabby times and what happened in Kenosha with the alt left Antifa people coming to town and burning things up? So get ready for an active summer in wherever you are. The Democrats have nothing left. They're talking about impeaching Mr. T already. They're out of bullets, my friend. Speaking of Chicago and its lead exchanges, the Democrats are out of bullets. They're out of bullets. There you go. Where's my chat? Did my chat freeze up already? I bet it did. Let me see if I can switch into it over here. Oh. Let's see if we can get something here. Is there anybody there? There, yeah, my comment section stopped here. Oh. Open Eyes in the house. Randy Joseph. Who else do we got? Uncle Andy. Uncle Andy's up at an atom. What's the weather in Naples today, Uncle Andy? Good time in the house. Garrett Clemens working again today. Garrett Clemens, is there any more? Randy Joseph and Open Eyes, do you work for a living? Garrett's the only person on our channel that has a job. We're all non-workers here. Non-conservative non-workers. There you go. Oh, Open Eyes is from Houston. How are the illegal migrants in Houston? I've seen some gory video of migrants just taking over that town. Houston reminds me of like a Chicago wannabe. Yeah. It's full of gangs and violence. That's a shame. That's a shame. And they probably don't back the blue like they should either. That's part of Chicago. I told you, Chicago's down for years now. 4 or 5 years, they've been down 2,000 cops. 2,000 cops. And at the very least, next year, they'll get rid of all those open positions because they need the money that goes along with those open positions that they have. So that's another victim of the budget. There you go. Those open cop jobs, or at least a large portion of them, are going to vanish. But the amazing thing is, and I explain it as JB and Brandon, they're basically playing three-card Monty with our tax dollars. They run this place so poorly. You wonder how they can even pay the bills, and sometimes they don't. I think they don't pay the bills. They're not telling anybody. But it's amazing how if you don't say anything, right, going back to like Joey Bergen, remember this guy? This guy was in office for 4 years, and no one said anything about his dementia, yet he was still in office. He's proven if you just ignore things and you don't say anything about it, it doesn't exist. That's the reality of it. That's the reality of it. That's why we are not seeing anything in the media about the migrants. They don't want to talk about the migrants. They don't want anybody asking about the migrants. So they make it like they don't exist. That is their MO here in Chicago and Brandon Johnson. So get ready. Get ready. Open Eyes works. Fell off a bike munching on ice cream. That's Joey Edge, Joey Bergen. Kamala's doing a speech today. Kamala's doing a speech, and if you want to listen to it on the internet, you can pay $25 and listen to it. We'll see what kind of word salad we get tonight. I hope there's some people out there that paid $25 just to record the damn thing and give out clips of her word salads. It's going to be a train wreck. It is going to be a train wreck. Let's play our train. Let's play the Trump train. Come on, join the train. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Let's play a little Kamala here.
Our nation with this election has a precious, fleeting opportunity to move past the bitterness, cynicism, and divisive battles of the past, a chance to chart a new way forward.
She didn't delve into too many policy details, dedicating much of her time
Of course she didn't.
prosecuting the case against a second Trump presidency. She mentioned him several times.
Donald Trump, Donald Trump, 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 Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, 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 Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump.
Just a
Some
few.
of her most forceful remarks came when she was talking about the war in the Middle East.
There you go. There you go. Democrats have nothing, my friends. They've got nothing but the impeachment word. Nothing but impeachment. Oh, Kamala's detox. Yeah. Yeah, there's some talk out there that part of her word salad problem had to do with drinking the old bottle. I wonder if anyone see her buying the boxed. I bet you she drinks boxed wine. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Uncle Andy knows. Prozac and Chardonnay, not a good mix. Not a good mix. That's what Nancy Pelosi lived on for years. Nancy Pelosi lives on Prozac, and I think she was on the TDS meds for a while, but we don't hear much from Nancy Pelosi anymore. She kind of shut up. I think they took away her dentures or something. Oh, Patriot Grim, Christo Grim, what's up? We're just finishing up our show here, my friends. Just finishing up our show here for Hump Day. Hump Day. let's see if we can do. I always like the Geico Hump Day commercial. Yeah, let's see if I can find that. Let's see if I can find that. There we go. There we go.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike?
Mike.
Listen, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy. Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
There you go, guys. I hope you're having a good hump day. Let's get some music on as we head to the door. Thank you for joining me late today. I had a hard day getting up. Let's play a little high life here for you. Enjoy your high life. Or if, hey, Duke, get some Yangling. Get yourself some Yangling. Get yourself some Yangling Light at your local liquor store. Let's get a little bit of high life on the way out. Don't look at your 401k today. He's already told you not to do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't worry about the 401k. Get your dry powder together, my friends. Get your dry powder together. Might be some buying opportunities out there. Might be some buying opportunities out there for the guys who got the strong stomach. Got to have the strong stomach to buy on a dip like this, but you can make some bucks doing it. There you go. Over and out. It's the DJ. Thank you to Uncle Andy, Garrett, and all the other guys who joined. Like, share, subscribe so you get notified when we drop a new video. Catch you guys on the rebound.